Hi friend, I am Harish Kamble. In this video, I am going to explain about growth and sigmoid curve. So what is growth? So each living organism increase in size, shape, volume and weight. This process is called growth. So growth from young one to adult one, growth increase in volume or size, growth in size, growth in volume and size, here growth in shape. So this is called as growth. So growth required nutrition. Living organisms require energy, and this energy they get from food material. So food material means minerals, vitamins, water, as well as raw material which is required for internal anabolic and catabolic reactions. So plant require carbon dioxide, water and minerals for prepare food material. So this is called as nutrition. So plant require nutrition. When they get a proper nutrition, they will grow properly. Same as like in animals, if animals get enough carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, all these nutrients, they will grow properly. So nutrition is must for growth. Growth is in the living organism, growth is internal. So when seed develop into tree, so growth means cells divide and redivide and they form a growth. So growth is internal in the animals, while in the non-living organism, growth is external. See here in the ice, when ice is deposited, the size of mountain increase or height of the mountain increase due to the deposition of ice here. So in this condition, the growth is external, while in the living organism, plants and animals, growth is internal. Animals growth is definite, while plants growth is continuous. So animals, the height is in limit. Suppose human beings can grow up to 7 feet height, but plants continuously grow. Their branches grow, their leaves fall and again they grow. So plants live year and year and they grow. So plants growth is continuous, while animals growth is definite or limited. The plants grow in meristematic paths. So here, see here, plants, some plants grow. So lower plants just like bryophytes or algae grow any directions, but advanced plants grow in a particular region only. These regions are apical region, means at the tip here, apical region in the root. So at the tip they only grow and start to develop. Lateral meristem, cell grow and these parts is grow, intercalary meristems, this one. So that's why the plants grow in the grow at the certain or special region that is called as meristem regions, apical meristems, intercalary meristem, lateral meristems. Course. So example here, number of cells. When number of cells increase in laboratory, then how they grow? Suppose initially the number is suppose 1. Suppose the number is started from here and we consider here there is a 1 cell in a petri plate or in a medium. Then this cell start to divide and redivide. So first there is a lag phase. Lag phase means initial phase. In this initial phase, growth is very slow. So one cell divided into 2, then 2 cell divided into 4 cell. So initially the doubling rate is very slow, the number increase slowly, but after certain time there is called as log phase or exponential phase. That time all cells grow very rapidly, very fast, because initially they increase the number and all these cells start to divide and they consume all the nutrition from the or maximum nutrition from the medium and they grow exponentially. This is called as log phase. Log phase is very fast phase. After log phase or exponential phase, there is a decline period start. This decline period is called as, this one is called as decline period, exponential, this one. Means exponential period means they are very fast. This is the decline period. This one decline means the number of a rate of growth is decline, it because of some limitation factors. Suppose in the world or in our country population is increased, so due to the overpopulation what happened, there are scarcity of food, scarcity of water, scarcity of houses, scarcity of jobs. So because of this is called as decline period. So after decline period there are steady and senescence. The growth rate is become zero and stable. And after that, due to environment, in some periods, then death and decline start because the environment is not suitable for living cells or living organisms, so they start to decline. So these are the stages of growth, and this curve form S shape. So this is called as sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve means S shaped curve form of growth. So this is the first phase is the lag phase, initial phase, then exponential phase, then decline phase, then stationary phase. So these four phases are very important in the sigmoid curve. Then factor affecting growth. The first factor is the light. Light is very important for photosynthesis, and if there is competition for light in a forest, so plants grow taller and taller and they absorb light. So light they compete with each other, and so at the base and the ground floor the plants get a less light, so they grow very less, but the plants which are taller they get a more light and they get a benefit, and they grow more taller and taller. So light is a affecting factor in growth. That's why a temperature, a suitable in the suitable temperature living organism grow properly. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, these gases are also very important and they required for plant. Carbon dioxide is very important to prepare food material, and oxygen is required for respiration. So these are the limiting factors. Suppose oxygen, when the less oxygen available in water, that time the fishes and the marine animals they affected. So the oxygen is their limiting factor in the water. So carbon dioxide also affect on the growth of plants. And water, if water is not available plants can die. So water is a affecting factor. Food material, so these are external factors which affect the growth of plants and animals. Then internal factors means growth regulators, just like auxin, cytokinin, gibberellin, abscisic acid, ethylene. These are the growth hormones which are responsible for growth in plants. So these are the internal factors which affect the growth. Thank you.